Hi, my name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker here at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide in Park City, Utah. Thank you for joining me for this brief presentation as I give you a market update on what's been happening in the Silver Springs area in terms of real estate. But let's hop right into things. I want to begin our presentation by giving you an overview of what's been happening in the Park City real estate market and then dial down into the Silver Springs area in particular. Over the past 12 months, there's been 1,358 sales in Park City. That consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land, and this is all real estate companies combined. That number is up 6% or 77 sales from the year before. This graph here breaks it down into homes, condominiums, and lots. And we're looking at, with the red bar, we're looking at the period of time from July 2013 through June 2014. Blue bar is the 12-month period directly in front of that. So we're comparing 1 year over the next. You can see that with the home market, the number of sales is down slightly, 1% statistically, but really just 3 fewer sales this past year in the overall Park City market when it comes to homes, single-family residences. Condominiums are up by 9%, climbing from 561 sales the previous year to 610 during the past 12 months. Lots are where we're seeing the greatest amount of activity, with a 17% increase, climbing from 186 vacant land sales up to 217 sales. But everybody wants to know about prices. What's happening in terms of property values? The home median sold prices for that same time period, July 2013 through June 2014, in the Park City limits is up by 17%. It's risen from $1,115,000 for the median sold price to $1,300,000. So very healthy increase in appreciation. In the Snyderville Basin, we see another nice increase, 8% there, from $665,000 up to $719,500. As we look at condominiums, we get a bit of a mixed message. Within the Park City limits, it's actually down in value from $515,000 to $480,000. These are medium prices. And then in the Snyderville Basin, it's up by 9%. $307,500 has risen to $335,000. Maybe the price point of $300,000 property compared to a $400,000 or $500,000 property, but it's nice to see values increasing in the basin and not quite as many sales in the city limits, and that may account for the adjustment. Here now we're looking at vacant land sales, and you can see both in the Park City limits and the Snyderville Basin, it's up. In the city, it's up by 21%, with the median price climbing from $550,000 the year before to $665,000. In the Snyderville Basin, it rose from $239,000 up to $325,000. That's up 36% year over year. So very nice appreciation. And what's fueling the single-family lot market is we just don't have that many homes on the market anymore, not as many choices for today's buyers. And so if a buyer isn't finding what they're looking for, they're turning to land, considering, well, if I can't find it already in existence, maybe I'll buy some land and build the home that I want. Well, this is fueling both the number of sales of lots as well as the prices. This graph here actually takes you back to 2005, which was the height of our market in Park City when we had 2,912 closed transactions. Again, that's homes, that's condominiums, that's vacant land, that's all real estate companies combined. Then the wind went out of the sail, and the recession and just the national real estate market collapsed. And you can see by the red bar graphs, it dropped 4 consecutive years. The total drop from the high of the market to the low of the market was 77%. And then it started to rebuild in 2010. And what's nice is you see a nice steady increasing in these bar graphs year after year after year. And that's where our market is today. Much healthier market, stronger and positive, and expected to continue. Now let's turn our attention to the Silver Springs area. Home sales in the Silver Springs area are actually down by 4% over last year's figures. Now I do want you to realize that when I'm referring to Silver Springs, I'm talking about the Silver Springs subdivision, Northshore, and Southshore. The year before we had 24 total home sales this year, 23. So down 4%, but really just one sale. Let's break it down by the different subdivisions. In Northshore, the number of transactions dropped by 2 from 9 to 7, amounts to a 22% decrease in the number of transactions in Northshore. In Silver Springs, the larger of the three, it rose by 1, a 10% increase from 10 sales to 11, and no change in the Southshore. So we talk about a dropping off. I mean, we're just talking about a couple of properties, plus or minus, not a significant change. Now let's talk about absorption rate. Now what absorption rate is, that is the rate in which properties are likely to be absorbed or purchased over a period of time. What we do is we typically will look back at the past 12 months and see the rate of sales, and then based upon the current inventory of homes available, project into the future how much inventory we have, how long it would take for it to be absorbed. In Silver Springs area, we're selling properties at a pace of one sale every 16 days. So a little over every 2 weeks we're seeing a transaction. That's very good. Very good pace, a lot of activity. Sign of a robust market. There are currently 5 homes for sale in the Silver Springs area, again, Northshore, Southshore, and Silver Springs combined, which equates to a 3-month inventory. Now, if you went to the National Association of Realtors site, they would say that a balanced market where you have a pretty even balance between the number of buyers looking for properties and sellers trying to sell properties is about a 6-month inventory. In resort towns, typically a balanced market because of the seasonal element to it, is 9 months. So we're seeing a third of the time, or 3-month inventory, very strong. Prices are likely to continue to climb within the Silver Springs area. Selling prices over the past 12 months have ranged from $516,000 all the way up to $1,197,000. So quite a spread, but we do have a variety of properties here. The median sold price is $685,000, which is up by 8% over the previous year's value. The year before was $631,725. Now it's $685,000, 8% increase. Good and healthy. Now I've broken it down again by subdivisions because I realize you may be living in a particular area of Silver Springs and one area may be of greater interest to you than another. Well, in Northshore, we're seeing when it comes to the median sold prices an increase year over year of 16%. Very nice. From $617,500 the year before to $715,000 during the past 12-month period. Silver Springs also up about 10% from $635,000 to now $700,000. So both markets are pushing their values up. Southshore actually saw a decrease of 12% from $655,000 to $575,000. So sorry to report that about Southshore. We keep watching this. It may be changing, and we'll certainly report any change to you. Now, if you're curious about exactly which homes make up this data that I presented to you in somewhat of an overview fashion, just send me an email to ron@thewilsteinteam.com, and I'll send you the data. You'll see the homes. You can look at each one, and happy to do that. Just shoot me an email and say, send me the Silver Springs area info. And if you're interested only in a Northshore or Southshore or whatever, just let me know. I'll send you whatever you're after. I do want to just, before we wrap up, tell you how you can get information on the Silver Springs area whenever you wish. You don't have to wait for our webinars. We tend to update them about every 6 months, but you don't have to wait. You can go to BuyParkCityRealEstate.com, which is our website, add a /Silver Springs area, and it would take you directly to the page that specializes on your neighborhood. You can also go to thewilsteinteam.com /Silver Springs area. Takes you to the same site, just a few less characters. Here's our website. Now this is just the home page, so this isn't directly to that site, but I just want to show you another way that you could get there. If you were on our home page, under the green Watch a Webinar button, there is a pull-down menu, search by subdivision. You simply go there, and in the column to the right, go down to Silver Springs area. And if you click that, that will take you to the Silver Springs area page. So it's a different way to get there. There's an extra click, or you can use the directions I just gave you and it will get you there. So what you've got here is you've got little bit of an intro about the Silver Springs area, and 4 main buttons to choose from. The green one is to watch the most current updated webinar. So this one, maybe you're watching it as a result of clicking that green button. Underneath that, you have search for homes in the Silver Springs area. And if you click that, that will simply take you to a page that will give you your selection of homes to look at. Here they are, and they're broken into different subdivisions, so sometimes that's convenient for people to go that way. You can do the same thing with searching condominiums, and then the blue button, which I'll come back to in a moment, is how you can get current sales data anytime you want. Don't have to wait for a webinar. Let me scroll down real quickly. You can see you can search for listings, and they start highest price to lower price, but if you want to select a preferred price range, we've preset some searches so you can click on it and it will lickety-split take you right to it. And you go down to a property, and it doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to pick this one here. This happens to be in Snyder's Mill. But you get information about the property. You're, of course, seeing pictures. If you have any questions, you can inquire, and you can scroll down and get a lot more information about the property. And it's all there at your fingertips. The nice thing about our website is if you click on the bird's eye view of a listing, what it would do is it would take you to an overhead view, almost kind of from a satellite image, and you'll be able to see the property and what's around it. Here you go, right here. You can see exactly what surrounds the property, and you can move around if you want. Sometimes people like that element to it. So it's up to you. There's a lot you can do on our website when it comes to searching for properties. So let me go back to that home page for Silver Springs area, and the green or the blue button here is send me current sales data on Silver Springs. So you don't have to wait for a webinar. Simply click on that. You'll be taken to this form. You can fill it out in less than 30 seconds. And at the end of it, hit submit form. If you have any questions, you can type them in the comment box, and we'll get you that information as fast as you need it. All right. And if you are curious as to how much your property may be worth, and that may be going through your mind, feel free to either send me an email to ron@thewilsteinteam.com and just say, hey, I want to know how much my property at such and such address is worth, and I'm happy to arrange time to come by, see that, get that information to you, and there's absolutely no obligation. The other way you can do it is if you happen to be on our homepage, just scroll down below our listings and webinars, and you'll see this section says learn what your property is worth in today's market. Just fill that out briefly and send that to me, and we'll get you that information. So it's just that easy. All right. If you have any questions that I haven't addressed in this presentation, please send me an email. If you want to chat over the phone, include your phone number and a preferred time to call, and I'll be happy to speak with you. And finally, I just want to remind you, every month we present a Park City Market Talk webinar. Typically, we update it on the second Tuesday of the month, and we give you updated information very much like what I included in the overview portion of this webinar, and then we address different topics that seem to be on everyone's mind in Park City and try to educate you there. So join us for that if that's of interest to you. Thank you for watching our webinar on the Silver Springs area. Enjoy the summer. It's a wonderful summer here in Park City.